Hello everyone. If you want to know how to calculate for the median or how to determine the lower quartile or how to determine the upper quartile, this video will help you answer those questions. But first, here are some important information that you need to know. First, the score that falls on the 25th percentile rank is called the lower quartile, and we use Q1 to represent that score. Second, the score that falls on the 50th percentile rank is called the median, and we use Q2 to represent that score. Third, the score that falls on the 75th percentile rank is called the upper quartile, and we will use Q3 to represent that score. And here are the steps in determining the score that falls on a particular percentile rank. First, we need to arrange the dataset from the lowest to the highest score. And second, we are going to calculate the position number of the score that we are interested in finding, and we will be using two formulas. The first formula is for the exclusive method, and in this formula, our I, the position number, is equal to PR, or the percentile rank, over 100 times n plus 1. And for the inclusive method, the formula for I, the position number, is PR over 100 times n minus 1 and then plus 1. And there are other formulas that you can use to determine the position number, but I will focus only to these two methods, the exclusive method and inclusive method. And by the way, these names, exclusive method and inclusive method, are not official names. Now for the third step, once you have the position number I, then we can locate the score using that position number I, and I will illustrate how to do that later in our example. Here is our example. Given the test scores of 36 students, and we have here four questions. First is, what is the lower quartile, or Q1? Second question, what is the median, or Q2? Third question, what is the upper quartile, or Q3? And then the fourth question, what score is in the 90th percentile rank? Now, before we will answer these questions, let me tell you two things. First, when we solve for Q1, Q2, Q3, or any other score that falls on a particular percentile rank, our answer may not be one of these listed scores here. Second, when we use the inclusive method and also the exclusive method, most of the times we will get different values. If you are using the exclusive method, as long as you do it correctly, then your answer will be correct. If you are using the inclusive method, as long as you do it correctly, you will get the right answer even if the two numbers are different. Alright, so let's answer now our questions. Because our data set is already arranged from the lowest to the highest, so we'll just go straight to the questions. And for each question, we will answer this using two methods. The first is using the exclusive method, and the second is using the inclusive method. So let's do question A. What is the lower quartile, or Q1? So using the exclusive method, we can calculate the position number for Q1, and that will be I equals PR over 100 times n plus 1. Now remember that for Q1, the lower quartile, the percentile rank is 25. So we have I equals 25 over 100 times our n is 36. So 36 plus 1, and this will give us 9.25. So the position number for Q1 is 9.25. So the Q1, the lower quartile, will be located on the ninth position. This ninth position is coming from the 9 here, and then plus 0.25, and this 0.25 is coming from the decimal part. All right, so we have plus 0.25 times the difference of the score between the 10th position minus the 9th position. And the score on the 9th position, if we count from the lowest score, so 15 will be 1, 17 is 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the score on the 9th position is 28. So we have 28 plus 0.25 times, and then the score on the 10th position is 30. So you have 30 minus 28. And then 30 minus 28 is 2. So 2 times 0.25 is zero point 0.5. Q1 is 28 plus zero point 0.5 or 28.5. So this Q1 is our lower quartile using the exclusive method. Now let's compare it using the inclusive method. For the inclusive method, our formula for the position number I is PR over 100 times n minus 1 and then plus 1. Our PR is 25 over 100. Our n is 36 minus 1, and 36 minus 1 is 35. Multiply that with 25 over 100 and then add 1. The result is 9.75. Our Q1 will be located on the 9th position from this integer here, 9, and then plus 0.75 from the decimal part. So plus 0.75 times the difference between the 10th minus the 9th. So the score on the 9th position is 28, and then plus 0.75 times the score on the 10th is 30, and 30 minus 28 is 2, times 0.75 is 1.5, and then 1.5 plus 28 is 29.5. Therefore, using the inclusive method, the lower quartile Q1 is 29.5. And you notice that our Q1 here is different from the Q1 using the exclusive method. Both of these numbers are acceptable because we're using different methods. Now for question B, what is the median or Q2? We're going to answer this question using the exclusive and using the inclusive. Now using the exclusive, our I, the position number, is PR over 100 times n plus 1. And for Q2, the PR is 50 because the median is the 50th percentile rank. So I will be equal to 50 over 100 times 36 plus 1, and this will give us 18.5. Our Q2 will be located on the 18th position plus zero point 0.5 of the difference between the 19th and 18th. Now, if you count from the lowest up to the 18th position. So this will be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's 42. So the score on the 18th position is 42. And then plus zero point 0.5 times the score on the 19th. And the score on the 19th is 45. So 45 minus 42. This will give us 3. And 3 times zero point 0.5 is 1.5. And 1.5 plus 42 will give us 43.5. So the median or Q2 using the exclusive method is 43.5. Now using the inclusive method to solve for Q2, our position I, the formula is PR over 100 times n minus 1 plus 1. And the PR for the median is again, it's 50. So 36 minus 1, which is 35. And 35 times 50 over 100. And then add 1, that will give us 18.5. To solve for the Q2, we use the 18th position plus zero point 0.5 times the difference between the 19th and the 18th. And the score on the 18th is 42. So we have 42 plus zero point 0.5 times the score on the 19th is 45 minus 42. And 45 minus 42 is 3. 3 times zero point 0.5 is 1.5 plus 42 is 43.5. Using the inclusive method, our median Q2 is 43.5, which is the same as the Q2 when we use the exclusive method. Our next question is to solve for the upper quartile or Q3. And we will do this again in two ways, using the exclusive method and using the inclusive. And we'll start with the exclusive method. So the position number using the exclusive method is I equals PR over 100 times n plus 1. And for the Q3, our PR or percentile rank is 75. So I is equal to 75 over 100 times 36 plus 1. And this will give us 27.75. Now using this position number to find the Q3, and our Q3 will be located on the 27th position plus 0.75 of the difference between the 28th and the 27th. The score on the 27th position is 58. So we have 58 plus 0.75, and the score on the 28th position is 60, and 60 minus 58 is 2, and 2 times 0.75 is 1.5. 1.5 plus 58 is 59.5. So our Q3, or the upper quartile, using the exclusive method is 59.5. Now to solve for Q3 using the inclusive method, our position number I is equal to PR over 100 times n minus 1 plus 1. And our PR for Q3, or the upper quartile, is 75. So 75 over 100 times 36 minus 1 and then plus 1. Our 36 minus 1 is 35. Multiply that with 75 over 100 and then add 1. That will give us 27.25. So that means that our Q3, or the upper quartile, will be located on the 27th position plus 0.25 of the difference between the 28th position minus the score on the 27th position. And the score on the 27th position is 58 plus 0.25 of the difference between 60 and 58. So 60 minus 58 is 2 times 0.25 is 0.5, and then add that to 58. So our Q3 is 58.5. So that means that the upper quartile, or Q3, using the inclusive method is 58.5. Now for question D, we want to determine the score on the 90th percentile rank. So using the exclusive method, our position number I is equal to PR over 100 times n plus 1. And our PR, because we want to know the score on the 90th percentile, so the PR is 90. So 90 over 100 times 36 plus 1 is 33.3. So the score that we are looking for will be located on the 33rd position plus zero point 0.3 of the difference between the scores between the 34th and the 33rd. And the score on the 33rd position is 68 plus zero point 0.3 of the score on the 34th is 70 minus 68. And 70 minus 68 is 2. 2 times zero point 0.3 is zero point 0.6, and zero point 0.6 plus 68 is 68.6. The score on the 90th percentile rank is 68.6 using the exclusive method. Now using the inclusive method to determine the score on the 90th percentile rank, our position number I is PR over 100 times n minus 1 plus 1. And our PR for the 90th percentile rank is 90. So 90 over 100 times 36 minus 1 plus 1. And this will give us 32.5. So the score on the 90th percentile rank will be located on the 32nd position plus 0.5 of the difference between the 33rd position and the 32nd position. And the score on the 32nd position, if you count from the lowest, it will give us 67 plus zero point 0.5, and then the score on the 33rd is 68 minus the score on the 32nd, which is 67. And 68 minus 67 is 1. 1 times zero point 0.5 is 0.5 plus 67, so that will give us 67.5. So the score on the 90th percentile rank using the inclusive method is 67.5. So to summarize our result, for our Q1, using the exclusive method, we got 28.5, and using the inclusive method is 29.5. For Q2, the median, using the exclusive method, we got 43.5, and using the inclusive method is also 43.5. For the upper quartile, or Q3, using the exclusive method, it's 59.5, and using the inclusive method, it's 58.5. And for the score on the 90th percentile rank, using the exclusive method is 68.6, and using the inclusive method is 67.5. In most cases, our values under the exclusive method is different from the values under the inclusive method. So you really need to know which method you're going to use because the numbers or the values could be different. Alright, that's it for this video. Until next time, thank you for watching.